this evening by New England Sports JEA Promotions. We kick things off with your opening bell of the evening, scheduled for one fall.
One fall.
Your official cue, the rest.
Look at these people out here cheering. Like, I'm gonna root for them too. Like, this short state. Like, they think that's what's gonna happen.
Standing between 5 feet and 9 inches tall and 6'2", depending on what convenience store he is running from. Your unfriendly neighborhood Red Dawg.
Is Mike taking up everything?
Making his way down the aisle, coming to us from Somers, Connecticut, 185 pounds, Stevie
New World Wrestling Extreme fans, it's time to get extreme at the Crossroads. I am Zachary Levaye, joined by the self-made billionaire, J.C. Fox, and the man who needs no introduction,
but you're going to give me it,
Mr. Chad Epping.
There you go.
And we've got quite the contest starting things off here in Coventry, Rhode Island, and Red Dawg drops Stevie Legend with a nice cutter now into the cover. And that's it.
Right, what?
Right out of the gates. Right out of the gates with $1 million play. Man.
Ring the bell. I mean, that was...
I'm in complete shock. I almost forgot.
This is the best that Rhode Island has. Just like him in this state, nobody must be in because it's too short. Give him that free.
Clearly, Red Dawg not endearing to...
Give me somebody else.
Yeah, you know, Red Dawg is calling his shot right now. He wants somebody from the back that's going to come out and be a challenger, right? Oh.
Well, that is a hell of a way to show yourself the first time here in New World Wrestling Extreme.
That might be one of the fastest times we've ever seen.
Oh, as someone who's been here since 2002, that is the fastest time. What is this?
But look at this guy coming out here answering the challenge.
Oh, joy.
You know, the people are going to get what they want with this guy. Yeah, he's going to come out. He's going to run the ropes here. He's going to show that he's a dominant force here in New World Wrestling Extreme.
If the people were going to get what they wanted, he would leave. He should go back to the 80s where he belongs.
Kind of where that suit came from, Chad.
Well, he's here now in 2025 at the Crossroads here in Central Falls, Rhode Island. I did mess that up earlier.
Oh, you did. I was going to call you on it. Don't worry.
Well, guess what? I make up on my own mistake, and Stormy Savage is going to make up for that very short opening contest in a big way. I mean, look at those pecs. That man is built. He is fat jacked.
I mean, he's certainly paying the premium at his local gym.
One too many milkshakes. And they said they wanted Rhode Island best. Stormy is not from Rhode Island.
This is very true. He's actually a student of the Limitless Wrestling Dojo out in Maine. So he's very highly credited in his learning experience.
I mean, I guess. Oh, here we go. Second match of the night.
Well, the fact of the matter is he answered the challenge, so he needs to shut up and show up right here and put this guy in his place.
The Hoochie Daddy. Okay. So Red Dawg, his first time here in New World Wrestling Extreme, gets a record-setting victory in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, I mean, who really would have thought that this is how we would open up the night? But, you know, I think everybody out here in independent wrestling is here to prove themselves and, you know, see who's going to take home the top spot and rise their way up the card for future shows.
Now, that is definitely one way to do it, is securing a victory that fast.
But imagine what it would be for Red Dawg if he were to lose in seconds to Hoochie Daddy as the crowd chants it loud and proud.
This match has already gone longer than the last one.
Touche, Chad.
And they haven't done anything yet. I just want to see someone get punched in the mouth. I don't care which one of them is.
Well, they're going to start things off here. Center of the ring, collar and elbow tie-up. Little jockey for position, and the Hoochie Daddy is going to send him crashing into the corner.
Levi, do me a favor and never say that again.
Say what again?
Hoochie Daddy? You are too old to be talking like that.
I mean, have you heard the crowd? They are absolutely loving what Stormy Savage is putting out.
I don't listen to these people. You know that.
No, Zach is giving the people what they want. It's a what's for business decision.
And Stormy Savage clearly giving the people what they want as well, as he's just throwing Red Dawg across the ring.
No matter what I can say about Stormy Savage, he's wearing a carpet on his chest, but he got biceps the size of your head.
And now look at this, Red Dawg gonna try to match the muscles of Stormy Savage with a little test of strength challenge.
Well, that's just stupid.
I mean, there's always something to be said about a test of strength. You know, the winner who comes out of this usually wins over the crowd, but also brings home the money.
Both of these men looking to bring home the money, bring home the W.
See, there you go. That's how it works. He shouldn't try to outmuscle him because he can't. But if he tries to outsmart him, there's no brains in between Stormy's mullet.
I mean, we heard the introduction. He's very running away from the police. He's getting into a lot of trouble. Hopefully he plays by the books here at New World Wrestling Extreme.
Stormy's running from the police?
No, Red Dawg.
Is there a bounty for him? Shoulder block, send him down.
Just using that overall power frame.
I mean, I'll cash that in if there's a bounty for him. I got no skin in this match. Off the ropes, up and over.
I remember at one time you did have an eye on this Stormy Savage guy here.
Yeah, but I chose the better guy.
But now trying to take over Red Dawg, but standing his ground firm here, Stormy Savage. Now drops him with the hip toss.
Almost got all of it.
Red Dawg tried to block it as best he could, but just could not escape the grasp.
Those aren't push-ups.
No, that right there, that is a class act showing this crowd exactly how you get the pump on and exactly how you can lead to a victory here in New World Wrestling Extreme.
The Hoochie Daddy just showing off for the people as this fight is now being brought to the outside. And look at this. Oh, Red Dawg sending Hoochie Daddy shoulder first into the ring post.
See, that's how you're going to win this match, Red Dawg, is actually using your brains and not your brawn. Because you can't compete against Stormy when it comes to muscle.
Jed, I would say for the first time in this very, very short night, I would have to agree. Sometimes you just have to work smarter, not harder.
Well, when you're sitting next to Chad Epic, it's going to be a very long night. And it looks like it's going to be a long night for Stormy Savage if he's got a dislocated shoulder at the hands of Red Dawg.
I just don't think he has the brain cells to understand a dislocated shoulder.
After that, continuing the attack on that shoulder, as we mentioned, just placing a well-timed boot and now sending him once again into the ring post. Stormy Savage does not want to be as familiar with the posts as he is right now.
Yeah. Red Dawg's certainly taking advantage of a weak spot here in Stormy's arsenal. So be curious to see if we're able to battle back here.
Well, Red Dawg might be new here in New World Wrestling Extreme, but he's obviously done some homework, and he knows Stormy because Stormy for the last 6-7 months has been wearing a shoulder brace on that arm.
And he's going to continue that attack, having Stormy Savage trapped in the corners of the ring, just using the ropes, using every part of the ring to his advantage. The full extent of the 5 count. Obviously, Q, the ref, is doing a great job at ensuring rules are kept.
Zebras never do good jobs.
Do we call them zebras? Do we call them baby blues tonight?
They're zebras.
They look like soccer shirts.
Well, Stormy Savage taking Red Dawg down with a couple of clotheslines. And now has him scooped up.
Now there's only one place to go from here.
You cannot fake gravity.
Well, just like my portfolio this week, it seems to be going down.
Look at the hang time on that body slam.
Stormy, you got to jump on this one here. You got to capitalize. You can't sit there and show
Off the rope with a big splash into the cover. Is it enough here?
I
No.
don't think you meant that literally, but he might have heard you and took it literal by jumping on him.
And this is what Stormy Savage has to do. We know he's got that bum shoulder. He's got to get this match won as soon as possible, and he's well on his way. I might have spoken too soon there, like you said, with that jawbreaker from the Red Dog. Now sends Stormy Savage off the ropes, pops him up, and now look at this. A little hang time with the boot into the spine buster.
Stalling spine buster. 1, 2.
But still not enough to pick up the victory.
Stormy came to play. You know, Stormy knew that he had his opportunity, and now he is on the defense. But in order for him to turn the tide here, he needs to really mount a comeback.
Chad, you talked about it earlier. Red Dog couldn't really afford to go power for power with Stormy Savage. Do you think it's smart now to try and change that offensive plan?
No, not at all. Look, he made a mistake. Freaking trying to.
Clearly jabber-jawing with the referee as he had been jabber-jawing with all the people, and look at that!
See, the zebra, like I said, always out of place, never sees what happens. 1, 2, 3, there we go.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to cheat to win, and Red Dog did just that.
It's only cheating if you get caught, and he did not get caught.
Unfriendly neighborhood Red Dog.
Well, that was a very unfriendly way for the Red Dog to pick up his second victory of the night here at NWWExtreme Crossroads.
Pretty sure I used to drink Red Dog back in high school.
You could sneak that into the movie theaters back in the day.
Oh, they all sad. You see that, right?
Just like Red Dog
They all
has
sat
snuck
at-
away with a victory over a very game Stormy Savage, and we still got quite the night of action on tap here in Central Falls, Rhode Island.
3 championship matches tonight.
Plus a grudge match.
Got a lot on the card, but you know, one thing that we got to make unequivocally clear. He still has his match going to the back. One thing that's going to be, we need all of our followers, all of fans of New World Wrestling Extreme to head over to all of our social media platforms and get us a like. We're looking for 1,000 likes.
Man, oh man, time will tell how this all develops here at New World Wrestling Extreme. Let's move forward with our next bout of the evening, scheduled for one fall. Your referee, Nick Wilson. Introducing first, from Noreaga, Tokyo, weighing in at 185 pounds, Beach Edge Runner, Damien Black.
Do you remember Crispin Cole? Okay. Look him up. Dead match. Really? Same here, too.
Piece of hands. Bayside High, California, weighing in at 110 pounds. John Baxter of Barbarian, playing
Folks, here we are back at New World Wrestling Extreme presents Crossroads.
And what a fun contest we're going to have here. Very colorful, very bright.
I hate fun.
Clearly, I saw you scowl when Brian Bayside made his way to the ring for this contest here against Damien Black. And here it is. You know what it's time for. Time to rub the belly.
I tell you, that is a high roller move right there. Getting that crowd behind him, using that belly, using whatever it takes to get the energy alive in this building tonight.
If either of you go to rub my belly, I'm going to smack you upside the head.
Well, I'm glad I have somebody in between me, but that belly right there of Brian Bayside could make $1 million if put in front of the right people.
Well, I'll tell you right now, he's got a Happy Meal body with $1 million charisma.
He looks like a rotten bag of milk that's been left out in the sun too long.
Well, now he is presenting the belly to Damien Black and telling him exactly what he thinks of the belly rub. No fun is Damien Black here tonight.
You know, I hate fun, but you know what I hate more than fun? Freaking techno music. This match is horrible for me.
Oh, Epic. Calm down.
Damien Black, I don't think it's very wise to try and lift the 110-pound frame of Brian Bayside as he gets jiggy with it. Those hips don't lie.
Did you just say 110 pounds?
I mean, hey, that's what the ring announcer said.
Ring announcer doesn't lie.
Of course he does.
Nope.
I mean, are you going to think and say that's a line? Look at that. Backside backbreaker from Bayside.
Right over the knee and boom.
Beautiful running senton, crashing all of his weight down on the sternum, now into the cover. But only enough to pick up a 2.
Well, the big bag of strawberry milk almost did pick up a victory over there.
Damien Black, obviously a cybernetic genius, but clearly does not have the blueprint to figure out Brian Bayside.
Oh, that is all fluff in the ring. There is no cybernetics in the ring right now. He reminds me of the Max from Saved by the Bell.
I know, Chad Epic here talking about strawberry milk. Must be a late night craving for you, Chad.
Nope, I have my Jack and Coke right here. I'm good to go.
It's going to be quite the night alongside Mr. Epic, if that's anything to go by. And clearly it's going to be a long night for Bayside. And look at that, sweeping the legs. Little Tiger fake kick style. Off the ropes into an elbow drop. Damien Black into the cover. Can he pick up the victory? No.
I tell you, that is some high impact action right there. But give Bayside credit. You know, he kicked out, he rolled out, and you know he's going to mount a comeback here, no doubt.
It's like punching a pillow.
Well, that pillow has been in contention recently for the Openweight Championship, and it would be a lot if Damien Black could just keep up this offensive and pick up a victory.
Oh, remind me who holds that championship?
Right now, that would be the insane John Strain.
Oh, and who represents him?
I would assume that would be you with the way you're going.
Absolutely.
Right, maybe are you scouting a
Bayside is not going anywhere near that championship, and don't even talk to me about the Techno Kid.
Well, as you can see here, looking to maybe prove you wrong is that Techno Kid. He drives Bayside face first into the corner. And a second time here, just rocking the bell. Definitely not saved by the bell right now is Brian Bayside.
Nice callback.
Now, Damien Black has him hooked. Twists him around. And just the neck breaker. That'll definitely ring the bell of Bayside. As Black now into the cover, but still not enough to pick up the victory.
Did you just make a Saved by the Bell pun?
That was the second one.
Oh, those. Got Zach AC Slater here.
And Bayside trying to get these fans behind him again. I mean, he's a talented kid, do not get me wrong. He knows how to work the ring. All his gaga is just to throw his opponent off. It's not needed. He could dominate this whole entire promotion if he just stopped being nice.
Well, look at this. Showing off a little athleticism.
Are you sure? He tried. And he tried again.
Come on. We know you can do it.
Come on, you got to will your way there.
Come on.
Will your way there, Bayside.
Look at that. All 110 pounds up on the nip-up. That belly got up like it was nothing.
The crowd just erupted.
Now Damien Black accusing the referee of interfering. Pushes Damien Black.
Accusing him of interfering?
And now has him covered. Stacked. But Black able to kick out at 2.
So you see why I'm proud with zebras right there? Oh, bicycle kick. Wow.
That was a hell of a spinning heel kick by Damien Black. Those cybernetic legs. And now going for another cover here. Bayside, though, still able to get that shoulder up.
If those are cybernetic legs, that means they're illegal. We don't have that technology in this country, so that means they're foreign objects.
I mean, it's the battle of the leg versus the battle of the belly here at New World Wrestling Extreme.
My money's on the belly. My money is 100% on the belly.
Right now, Damien Black just trying to suck the life out of Brian Bayside here. Has him in that cravat.
You do not have time for anyone to suck anything out of Bayside. Big need of the mush. It's not the kind of meal that Bayside wanted tonight.
Bayside was just trying to gobble up the energy of the crowd here as he continues to try to get back to a vertical base, get back in this contest.
Come on, Bayside. Dig in, baby. Dig in.
Bayside out there looking like a fat Yamcha, can't do nothing in the middle of the ring.
JC, are you potentially willing to throw some stacks Brian Bayside's way if he picks up a victory here tonight?
You know what? He could be a great candidate for the High Rollers Club.
I mean, he's definitely got enough rolls to cover the bill.
I mean, the house was built on hundreds, and if he wants to knock on the door and come on in, we got a home for him.
You'd be poor in a week with his food bill.
Damien Black just trying to get this crowd to realize that he is in firm control of Brian Bayside here. Lining him up at the corner. Then sets the face first.
Nice little combo with the Bulldog right using the ring. He knows he's not picking that guy up.
Sliding through the ropes yet again. Ascending to the middle turnbuckle. Has Bayside on wobbly legs.
Well, that's one way to reverse it.
Damien Black is screeching now after Bayside moved out of the way there.
There was some agility by Bayside.
He just walked away.
Whatever it takes, Chad, whatever it takes.
And oh, God. It's like hamburger meat.
I think we're going to a little place called Titty City. And Damien Black is about to become a permanent resident.
It's a club I used to visit called Titty City. This is not like that.
Bayside able to duck the line and using his head there. Nice headbutt.
Sweet shin music. Has him trying to go for that short arm DDT.
Black able to push him off, though.
What was that?
I thought maybe he was going to go after the belly, but instead favoring a forearm to the mush.
I think he glitched. I heard the window sign. He had the glitch. Blocks the punch.
Bayside's locking in.
Oh, no. What is he doing?
Don't
rub the belly. He did not consent.
Bayside is locking in.
Oh, look at the power! The power of the belly! Look at how strong! Just launched him! The belly throw!
Oh.
I damn thought that was over.
He's like a fatter version of Majin Buu. I don't like it.
He's getting the job done, though. He's getting the job done. He's just one count away from a victory.
He needs a Hercule.
The crowd is not certainly Majin Booing Brian Bayside here. They are firmly behind the colorful fan favorite.
Well, these people are from Rhode Island, so they're not very bright.
Well, Damien Black now trying to take away the vertical base once again with a shin kick. And look at that, steps up with the double knees into the back. Has Bayside completely collapsed in the corner now. This could be the opening that Damien Black needs.
Bayside's got to find his wind. He's got to get out of that corner, and he needs a mount to come back. Otherwise, it's going to be just too late.
Black keeps jaw-jagging with everyone and not focus on his opponent. There's going to be all the time Bayside actually needs to get back up.
Maybe trying to use some of those keen cybernetics to will Bayside up, and now has him hooked. Oh, the Bayside just a little too heavy. All 110 pounds came crashing down, but still not over.
I'm pretty sure you forgot a zero on that.
Listen, I'm just going by the books here, Mr. Epic.
Bayside,
the numbers don't lie.
Bayside's smarts and his ring IQ and his ability to capitalize on Black's mistakes is spot on. This crowd is behind him. He needs to mount a comeback now and put this guy to rest.
Well, Damien Black gonna stop the momentum train with a boot to the mush.
Oh, he's up. Oh, well, that's it.
Pops him up into a TKO.
No.
And a big splash off the ropes. And that's all she wrote.
For the money shot, Bayside with the win.
I need a shovel to get that man off the canvas. We might not have Waffle House up in New England, but right now we got a pancake dead center of the ring thanks to Brian Bayside.
Absolutely. Damien Black tried his hardest to formulate the plan that would defeat Bayside. But look at that. The hugging, the jibbing, the jiving, and now he's picked up a big victory.
That's the most I've ever seen that man run.
I was going to say somewhere inside there from Chad Epic, there was a compliment. We're going to have to try to dig our way through it, but I heard it.
That's as nice as I get.
I heard it, Chad. You know you did it.
And after a victory like that, I'm sure Brian Bayside will once again be running into contention, possibly for championship gold in the near future. Damien Black, though, not having the best of nights.
He should go like Denmu 5 and retire.
Maybe close the soft way.
A special thank you and shout out to our marquee sponsor for New World Wrestling Extreme, Gura Financial Group, providing financial literacy. GuraFinancialGroup.com. Taking us to our next bet of the evening, a special attraction match scheduled for one fall. Your official, Mr. Dan Tanaka.
Who is it now?
That's Nix from Maine.
Okay.
But he's going to die.
Oh, for sure.
Doesn't sound good.
No, he's taking on Tokyo Mom. Have you ever seen Tokyo work?
First time.
Oh, it's going to be special.
Bro, why did I think he was wearing a Reese's peanut butter cup hat?
Does he look like a Reese's peanut butter cup?
66 pounds, nautical nightmare, two-word
He's like, oh, I know. Okay.
Dead to rights, and you know it. At least he won't see. He won't say he couldn't see it coming.
At least he knows. He's just happy to be here. Well, he won't be in about a minute.
So, a little about him. He is the only Triple Crown NWA champion ever. Heavyweight and the world. Their Triple Crown.
Is the former NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
Hasn't he been champion here too? Okay.
Look it off, my guy. Been shot by him once.
Which of your guys?
Marquise Rice.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been shot once. No. Fucking ow. His mentors control. So, I got his shit covered. Now, gentlemen, normally I have a lot to say. I will say absolutely nothing against Tokyo Monster.
That's probably the smartest thing you've said all night.
Oh, I've encountered Tokyo once before.
Well,
he hit me once.
Well, Tokyo Monster was supposed to be hitting one Clipper Jones here tonight, but as we say in wrestling, cards subject to change. And now,
let's be real. Clipper was terrified, and he was afraid, and he had a yellow streak down his leg, and he didn't want to step in the ring with Tokyo Monster. So we have a sacrificial lamb in Dylan Nix, who he's just happy to be here, folks, but he's gonna die.
I mean, I would be happy as him to get an opportunity to face a legend like the Tokyo Monster here tonight. Like I've heard, the only Triple Crown champion in the history of the NWA, very highly acclimated.
Mentored by the late, great Kevin Sullivan. He is a former NWA World Champion and NWA Heavyweight Champion, North American Champion, the only man to hold all three championships. That means not Dusty Rhodes, not Harley Race, not even Ric Flair has done that. Tokyo Monster has.
And he is here in Central Falls, Rhode Island. He has taken all of that big match experience and has brought it to the table here, become a multiple-time NWWE champion in his own right. And you talked about it earlier, those devastating chops straight to the chest of Mr. Nix.
Well, you know, the resume by the Monster Tokyo speaks for itself. But you know what? Just like anything can happen on any given night. Nix just needs to stick to his game plan and be able to adjust on the fly. He is we'll say maybe he's not the bigger, stronger.
Well, you would think that he would come into this plane maybe trying to use the base of his size to his advantage. But again, when you're in there with the experience of a Tokyo Monster, you cannot at all just rely on your normal bag of tricks.
I fit Tokyo Monster with my car, and he got up afterwards. So it doesn't matter what you do to that man. He is the living, breathing embodiment of an actual walking, talking Oni.
So what I'm digesting here is that this is a sacrificial lamb. The people here in Rhode Island are going to see a one-sided victory, or could we be shocked?
Would you like me to be blunt? They're going to see an ass whooping.
All right, one sometime is needed.
Oh, no.
The Tokyo Monster was on a high-string offensive, but Nick able to just chop him down with the knee to the gut. Very simple, very effective here.
He needs to stay on him because the moment he gives him a moment to breathe, everything you do to that man is coming back to you. And I speak on experience.
Well, Nix was using that frame, using all of his weight, putting the pressure on the back. And if you could break the back of a Tokyo Monster, it's not going to do much. Now trying to maybe to give back some of those chops. Sends him hard into the buckle, all the way on the other side of the ring.
Nix, get on him. Get on him, Nix.
Once again, just applying the pressure to the sternum.
We need high-impact maneuvers that are quick and on him.
I will always say that if you can take away the breathing of your opponent, it's going to make for a much better night. But when you're the Tokyo Monster, you clearly have an extra stamina tank.
He's not human. He doesn't breathe. Saito suplex.
I'm surprised that Nix is staying in this fight as well as he has. As he goes into the cover, looking to pick up the upset, but not to be yet.
He's just being pulled into a false sense of security. I've seen it.
The crowd here firmly behind the Tokyo Monster, a man who has given them so many moments over the years here in NWWExtreme. But once again, Nix, look at that, just trying to suck the breath out of him with this clawing hold. That might have been a rake to the eyes.
If it was, I mean, he's bleeding. Did he rake blood out of his eyes?
But if you could take away the vision, that's definitely going to help your chances.
I still think he can see like Daredevil. I've never encountered anything like the Tokyo Monster in my life. I've been doing this for nearly 2 decades.
Nix just dropped a devastating elbow across the chest. Now continuing to apply the offense. He once again goes into the cover. Only a 1 count, though.
I'm trying really hard to be a believer in Nix, but his antics in the ring by not staying on top of them is certainly not going to pay off for him. He needs to get a little more ruthless.
That's definitely evident by the fact that Tokyo Monster kicked out at 1 after kicking out of 2 earlier in the matchup. You can tell somehow, some way, he is recovering through taking, beating, but takes a body slam for his troubles. Once again, now Nix into the cover. And once again, the Tokyo Monster able to kick out, but once again, now at 2.
Those showboat covers are going to absolutely, unequivocally not work against or work for him down as this match leads on.
Once again, back to that chin lock.
I won't go as far as to say I like Nix, because I really don't like a lot of people. But if he wins, it will be huge. It would probably project him right into the main event picture here in New World Wrestling Extreme.
I mean, defeating a former heavyweight champion, former NWA champion would raise your stock by well over 1,000 aura points.
But realistically, I don't see that happening.
Well, he's trying to make the best case possible, but Tokyo Monster back up to his feet here, drives the elbow into the gut, trying to mount back in an offensive ploy, but Nick's able to get the boot up in the corner.
Stay on him.
Misses the clothesline, trips him with his back foot, catches him with a splash, and this is where Tokyo Monster is going to take over.
A meeting of the chests in the corner.
Oh,
Tokyo Monster sends him across the ring, drives the forearm, a little snap there.
Wait.
That is a devastating boot.
I think I just saw a tooth fly this way, and that's the 3.
International crisis. The Tokyo Monster.
Nix gave it his absolute all, but had the taste kicked right out of his mouth by the Tokyo Monster here tonight. What an absolutely devastating kick. That could knock out just about anybody, as proven by the fact that it completely rocked Nick.
I'm not sure if that was his foot, his shin, a shining wizard. But, well, Dylan Nix, welcome to New World Wrestling Extreme. Well, we probably won't see you back anytime soon because we have a concussion protocol here, and he's going to be out a couple months.
Let's make some noise, Rhode Island! As our star-studded showcase continues with a grudge match! Approaching first from Northfield, Connecticut, weighing 225 pounds, the last of his kind, Stormy, Croix. Representing California, coming from right here in Connecticut, moving at 190 pounds, he is Jeremy's because Jeremy's mom's smoking hot, and he's kicking it out on a date later on tonight. Top Pasta La Vida. The science in the room. Fly, night, Louise,
Well, I guess I was going to say, this is a great matchup here tonight between Flying Noreaga and Jeremy LaCroix, but it's going to be anything but a match as this is broken down into an all-out brawl.
I mean, let's be real. This is a grudge match, right? This is a lot of history coming full circle here with this grudge match.
Absolutely. These guys have trained together. Flying Noreaga actually took Jeremy LaCroix under his wing when he first started training, and now feels that Jeremy is taking a lot of the dark paths that he once did in his early career. So Flying Noreaga gonna try to give it back to him in kind.
So we're gonna make an emotional decision here. The one thing I love about Jeremy is Jeremy's not emotional. Jeremy is a do it how he sees it. He is a fighter. He is the last of his kind. He is a wrestler. He is a perfect candidate for my High Rollers Club.
And Flying Noreaga just using his feet to try and stay out of the grip. But look at that German suplex there by Jeremy LaCroix as the bell has officially sounded for this grudge match. I was going to say that Flying was trying to use his agility to stay out of the grasp of Jeremy LaCroix, but now look at this. Just taking the elbow pad off, going to put all of the pressure of the tip of his elbow into the face of Flying Noreaga.
Yeah, I really can't see how this is going to be a traditional wrestling match. This is warfare.
Q is going to try his best to keep this as tame as possible. And we're going to do our best to call this as straight as we can. Chad Epic no longer on the call. Zachary Levaye alongside JC Fox as Jeremy LaCroix uppercuts Flying Eye in the corner. Just keeping Flying Eye at bay here. But like I might have spoken too soon, boot to the temple, and a drop kick from the second rope. Beautifully executed.
That was a vicious drop kick. You know, one thing I like about Jeremy, and sometimes it is his Achilles heel, is he personifies intensity. And sometimes he gets back on his opponent so quickly that the reactions of the opponent sometimes catch him off balance. So Jeremy needs to be a little bit more of that cerebral assassin and really line up and mark up his guy and then attack when the time is right.
Well, Jeremy has been very cerebral in his approach to this match on social media, taking any low blow, hanging fruit shot he could take at Flying Eye. And now, looking to add on the pressure, a chop in the corner has Flying Eye rocked.
You know, knowing Jeremy as well as I do, he does not give a damn what people think about him. Jeremy is out there to do one thing and one thing only, and that is to win wrestling matches.
Well, he's not going to win as Flying Eye is able to duck that chop and respond with one of his own. Jeremy crashed down to the mat off that chop. Flying Eye deceptively strong for a man of his size.
Yeah, he definitely brings that great mix of speed and agility. And during a grudge match, I think he brings in some of that ruthless aggression as well.
This match has been a long time coming for these two men. And look at that! Beautiful Northern Lights overhead throw by Jeremy LaCroix. And Flying Eye's not moving.
Jeremy needs to find out where he's at. I don't even know if he realizes where he is right now. He needs to get on top of him. He needs to get the money shot. He needs to finish this guy off.
You certainly have your eye on Jeremy LaCroix here tonight. Maybe a potential prospect for your Killionaire Club?
Absolutely. I'm a big fan of Jeremy. I watch all of his social media. I tell you, this guy is a consummate worker. He is out there to be the best at what he does.
Well, you can't count out a guy like Flying Eye Noreaga. He's able to kick out of that pinfall attempt and respond with a kick to Jeremy's face. But Jeremy not going to take it kindly. Uppercut, sending Flying Eye into the ropes.
You know, just in us talking to Flying Eye earlier in the night, you know, he's talking about how Jeremy brought up his family and this, that, and the next thing, this whoa, boo-hoo, pity parade. Jeremy doesn't care about that. Jeremy cares about being the better man, and that is exactly the type of talent and the type of person that I want in my High Rollers Club.
The fans certainly do not care for Jeremy LaCroix here, but he is once again going to try to just keep Flying Eye exactly where he wants him. But Flying Eye responding with a boot to the temple. Just grabbing at anything he can. Clubbing blow to the side of the temple. And now has him up in the fireman's carry.
I definitely don't think he wants to go move for move with Jeremy LaCroix. Jeremy is a wrestler first.
But look at this aerial offense. Tornado DDT out of the corner.
Come on, Jeremy. You got to find your way back. Let's get a comeback, Jeremy.
Flying Eye into the cover, too. LaCroix, though, able to kick out still. These two not pulling any punches. They are giving it everything they have in this grudge match. And would you expect any less with the personal animosity between these two as once again Flying Eye has Jeremy up in the fireman's carry, but Jeremy again has it well scouted. Look at that, pulling the hair, sending him crashing down.
I mean, how can you expect anything less? This is a mano-a-mano, man versus man matchup. This, not only will there be...
Oh! Flying Eye was definitely at a very precarious position, but now, after that German throw, has him in an FTF submission choke. Can he get Jeremy LaCroix to tap out here?
Jeremy is not tapping out. Jeremy will not quit.
I've never seen a move like I just saw Flying Eye Noreaga use, and now utilizing this STF choke, just trying everything he can to get all of Jeremy's energy out of him. But he's trying to get to that rope here.
But Zach, as great and as athletic as that move was, Jeremy is still fighting. Jeremy is still very much in this fight. He just got to the ropes to break the hold.
We talk about the wrestling acumen of Jeremy LaCroix, but he could not escape that hold on his own skill alone. He had to utilize the rope to his advantage. And now, going to use that rope even more, sending him throat first into it, just taking all the oxygen out of the tank of Flying Eye Noreaga.
Jeremy LaCroix is the smartest wrestler in the ring right now.
That's why he believes he truly is the last of his kind as he comes off the rope and drives the hip into the neck.
Attention, New World Wrestling Extreme fans. Please head over to all social media platforms. Follow us, like us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Help us get to 1,000 likes.
Jeremy LaCroix would like all of that viewing attention if he could pick up the victory here tonight in this grudge match. Now has him hooked by the legs and gonna slingshot him off the bottom rope. Once again, using the ring as a weapon is Jeremy LaCroix. But look at Q. Great ring awareness by our official here, knowing that Flying Eye was underneath the ropes and could not count a legal pin.
Let me tell you one thing about Jeremy, right? And I picked up on this watching all of his social media. Jeremy respects all, likes nobody. There's not a person that he likes. And when he's in the ring, he proves that with these vicious assaults.
Keeping up that viciousness with that clubbing blow, keeping the offense to the back of the net, just trying to break Flying Eye, try to end his career if he can pull this off here tonight. Once again now, with control of the legs, twisting them up here like a pretzel. Flying Eye tried to get out of that cloverleaf, but could not as Jeremy cinches it in tight. And now it's Flying Eye on the defensive here in the submission.
I just checked the time on the Rolex, and it tells me it's money time. Jeremy, go get yours. Finish this guy off.
Jeremy LaCroix just trying to pick up the bag. I wonder if Chad Epic left commentary to scout this match, scout a guy like a Jeremy LaCroix if he can keep up a performance like this. But Flying Eye kicked the taste out of his mouth with that super kick. And now, firing back here, right hands to the temple. Jeremy, though, able to reverse the whip. Catches the cross body attempt. Has him in a good wrench position and drops him with the powerbomb. Stacks the pin. Is this enough? No, it's still not over, JC.
Jeremy is showing the power game. He is reaching into his bag of tricks to really get the upper advantage in this grudge match. He does not like him, and it is blatantly obvious that Jeremy is hungry, Jeremy is committed, and Jeremy wants this win.
Neither of these men can stand one another. It's how it's gotten to the levels it has. This is going state to state, promotion to promotion. These guys are just willing to do whatever it takes to tear each other apart and prove why they are the absolute best from the PAPW Academy. Who is going to stand the test of time? Who is going to outlast the other? Who is going to survive this battle of attrition? Chops being traded, center of the ring, back and forth, no relent, no remorse. This is a fight. This is extreme. This is New World Wrestling Extreme. If this isn't a main event, it definitely damn should be.
Zach, this is like a gunfight, and neither one of these guys brought a knife. They are here, bow for bow, bow for bow, bullet for bullet. This just has got to tell you, never talk about someone else's family in pro wrestling.
I bet you their families, their friends, their colleagues all the way in Connecticut can hear these chops that are echoing throughout the Knights of Columbus here in Central Falls, Rhode Island. This grudge match is as heated as it can get. Jeremy LaCroix, Flying Eye Noreaga at the Crossroads. It's anybody's match to win, and Flying Eye gonna send him crashing down. That's just one track too many for Jeremy to take here.
You know, it's crazy. We have this action in the ring, and I'm looking around this arena right now, and I'm watching the facial expressions on this crowd. They are here and they are on. They are feeling the pain that these two are giving to each other.
Jeremy's feeling the pain of those back-to-back forearm strikes. Now has him in look at that exploder overhead suplex. Going catch for catch, grab for grab. Is Flying Eye Noreaga taking a page out of Jeremy's book, and now lining him up.
You know something, Zach? This feels like a cardio session. Just sitting next to you, hearing your play-by-play.
We saw Flying Eye adjust that knee so that that drop kick could be well expertly placed. Now ascending to that second rope where he's been comfortable, and flying cutter.
Well, about that knee is a braced knee. I saw him earlier tonight. That knee is braced. So essentially, that is an illegal use of equipment. And Jeremy just took it right across the chin.
Well, Flying Eye has not used that knee brace at all. Actually showing his resilience here. Coming off the second again with a headbutt after coming back from 3 months after an ACL injury. Now look to pick up a 3 count here. But Jeremy still able to get the shoulder up. This is a marathon, JC Fox.
You're not going to get a guy like Jeremy LaCroix the last of his kind, the wrestler's wrestler. You're not going to get him with a mediocre move. You got to bring out your big guns. You got to bring out your big moves if you're going to take Jeremy down for 1, 2, 3.
Well, Fly Knight has him lined up for maybe that one big... Jeremy, though, is he begging for mercy after everything he has said, JC? Is he really trying to beg for mercy? Of course Fly Knight isn't going to take that. Of course he's not going to accept that apology. Now, just waiting down right, has Jeremy in the corner, just relentlessly, undeniably. Q trying to stop this.
That should have been a DQ right there. If this wasn't a grudge match, you put your hands on the official. Should have been a DQ.
Jeremy was looking for the gym line, but Fly Knight was able to duck it. Took a shot to the eye and a beautiful insecurity. There's the hook, there's the 2, and that's 3!
The flyers in the room, Fly Knight,
Fly Knight is the flyest in the room, and he just picked up a victory in very Fly style with that Izaguri that had Jeremy LaCroix absolutely dazed and seeing the light after this very hard-hitting grudge match.
There's a good chance that this is not over.
Oh! It's definitely not over. If Jeremy LaCroix has anything to say about it, just going right between the uprights.
That's it, Jeremy. Do what you do, Jeremy.
Come on, Jeremy, you lost fair and square. The match is over, and he just decked Fly Knight with the gym line.
As he should. Fly Knight wanted to make this personal, and that's exactly what he got.
What do you mean, Jeremy? It was Jeremy. What do you, JC?
Oh,
Jeremy.
no.
Jeremy made this personal.
No.
And
Fly Knight was emotional. Once you become emotional in professional wrestling, that is not what we are here for. That is not what this is about.
Well, Jeremy's clearly emotional. He's clearly a sore loser here tonight. And now he's placing a table in the ring, obviously with evil intentions.
The best of intentions.
I highly disagree with that, JC. I'm not liking this at all. We got to get some order.
Come on, Jeremy, do what you do.
Q, you gotta do something about this. You gotta get this table out of here. You gotta get Jeremy out of here. You gotta get Fly Knight to safety. Do we have security? Do we have?
Crew does not have control on this match. There is no control, no law, no order, no authority. Fly Knight is left. He is left to the wolf. He is left to the assassin. He is left to Jeremy LaCroix, and he's going to do bad things right here, right now.
This is absolutely ridiculous, JC. No, come on. What if... Jeremy, this is not necessary at all. Come on.
Get vengeance, Jeremy. Vengeance.
Oh, my God. He is the table. He tried to put him through, but that table might have just rocked Fly Knight so much it couldn't even break under the pressure.
I don't even know. Yeah, these referees are not going to be able to contain Jeremy LaCroix.
And look at this. Jeremy has him again. No, come on. Guys, stop this. You can't let him. Has him up and power bombs him into that table.
Jeremy is seeing red.
He is as angry can be. He is not taking this loss very well.
But think about it. This is years and years and years of relationship. This is years of deteriorating. This is weeks of deteriorating. Seeing this all play out on social media. Back and forth, promo after promo. Now we're in the ring. It's put up or shut up. And Jeremy is putting up.
Still no stopping it. He's still going here. Jeremy now has him hooked in another position. There's a spine buster through it. My God, this is absolutely relentless by Jeremy LaCroix here tonight at the Crossroads. There's certainly no love lost between these two. If this is anything to go by, this is certainly not over by a...
Should it be?
There's got to be a fine or something to Jeremy LaCroix. And look at again! This has to stop. Let's do something. No! Hip attack at the corner to the table. What more does he need to do? How much more damage can he possibly cause?
That table was serving as a wall, a barrier between safety and non-safety. Jeremy has gotten his point across. He is the victor. He's standing tall. He is the one in the ring, standing tall, hearing the boos from this crowd. But a guy like Jeremy, the wrestler's wrestler, he feeds off those boos. He welcomes those boos.
Well, if I know Fly 9 Noreaga, this certainly is not done. He's going to continue to come back, fighting harder than ever. But Jeremy Lacroix going to sulk in this. He's going to relish in what he has done here tonight, this heinous assault after his loss to Fly 9 Noreaga. Hopefully, we'll have an update on Fly 9's condition as the night goes on. We've still got 3 championship matches to go here at NWWE Extreme. It's a great night of action that we've had thus far and will continue to have. That's enough, Jeremy. Come on. Leave the people alone.
He's going to get every bit of the boos he deserves. He loves noise, and he's here for it.
Brought to you this evening by Gora Financial Group, providing financial literacy. And it is for the NWWExtreme Openweight Championship. When the bell sounds, the man in command, Ref Bob. And now the combatants who get set for battle first. Standing in the corner to my left, the challenger. Coming to us from South Boston, Massachusetts. Weighing 193 pounds, Stevie. Beck. And his opponent to my right, accompanied by his manager, professional wrestling's last great manager, Mr. Chad Epic. From a padded room near you, holding an official weight of 240 pounds, he is your current reigning and defending New World Wrestling Extreme Openweight Champion, Insane John!
That's it. That's it.
Our first of 3 championship matches on the night on deck here. We talked about it earlier. Steve Beck, the challenger, earning this opportunity by defeating Brian Bayside, now has the opportunity to become the new NWWExtreme Openweight champion if he can defeat Insane John Strange. Of course, backed by his manager, Mr. Chad Epic. And I think this is the first time I've ever heard somebody represented by Chad Epic get adulation from the crowd. And he whipped Steve Beck off the ropes. Well, Beck, though, taking early advantage with a hurricanrana.
Change that.
Well, Zach, let me tell you something. Watching Chad Epic, when he had that title in his hand, he took a good, hard, long look at it. I think he's a little bit nervous tonight.
I mean, Chad Epic is a champion's manager, has managed some of the best stars across the region, and he has this 20-year veteran. Both these men are veterans, as well as Steve Beck, who comes off the second rope with a crossbody, looking to win the title early, but John Strange able to kick out. Only a 2, as motioned by one Mr. Chad Epic. But look at this! Steve Beck sending both men over the top.
And look at the strength, look at the agility, look at the charisma.
The athleticism of Steve Beck to skim the cat, and now springs over the top. Beautiful dive by Steve Beck.
I tell you, if there ever was a time for a champion's fight, it is with these 2 20-plus year veterans to go here in New World Wrestling Extreme and see who can come out the top guy.
Chad Epic making sure that his Jack and Coke does not spill, make sure that this championship does not move away from he and John Strange's possession. And John Strange doing quite the job on Steve Beck as he sent him face first off the guardrail. Our referee Bob trying to maintain order here, get them back in the ring. And John Strange is going to oblige.
This whole time I'm sitting here wondering, what is it that I'm smelling? Chad Epic comes over, he's taking a tug off this Jack and Coke. This whole time he's got this booze here sitting at this table, and I'm wondering what the hell I'm smelling.
Chad Epic, I'm sure, has a plan in place for his man, John Strange, to ensure that they walk out with this Openweight championship that sits right here at our table. John Strange in control of his challenger, Steve Beck here. A clubbing right hand to the temple.
I was downstairs earlier tonight, and it was just myself and the insane John Strange in the room, and quite frankly, I felt a little uneasy. I didn't know if we were going to have some sort of a mental breakdown, so I got out of there as quickly as I could.
I mean, clearly he came from whatever mental institution was able to confine him. They didn't do as good of a job, but that's a great job by John Strange with the suplex. Now into the cover to retain his title, but not just yet.
Yeah, with John Strange here, he's got some erratic behaviors. I don't know that that's somebody that I would be willing to throw some money at to represent my High Rollers Club. But Steve Beck, on the other hand, if he's able to come out of here with the gold, we may have some negotiations ahead of us.
Well, I mean, you'd have to obviously fight Chad Epic for the services of John Strange. But Steve Beck could become the new champion here tonight as he tries to get back to a vertical base.
And that's the goal here with the High Rollers Club. We don't want just gold. We want to live in gold, platinum, diamonds. We want it all because we're the best. We're the best at what we do, and we're certainly better than the rest.
Are you sure that Chad Epic hasn't given you some kind of script? You honestly do sound like a lot of his business mentality here. A lot of all about the money, all about the paydays.
Well, at the end of the
all
day,
about the championships.
Zach, we got to do what's best for business, right? And to sit back and do nothing is ludicrous. You got to hustle. But I've always.
Oh, what the hell? We talked about adulation for Chad Epic and John Strange, but Chad Epic taking a cheap shot while the referee's back is turned, and now John Strange into the cover to retain his title. Steve Beck, though, able to get the shoulder up again.
I mean, desperate times call for desperate measures. If I was in Epic's shoes right there, I think I would probably do the same thing. We've got a championship on the line. We've got a title on the line. You got to do whatever it takes to make sure that your guy retains.
But Steven Beck has been a champion everywhere he has gone, and he would love to add NWWE gold to his resume. A student of Killer Kowalski way back in the day would love to pick up a championship win here in 2025 as these men are now trading blows, center of the ring. But John Strange going to use a little bit of a power base to drive Steve Beck into the corner. And that's a stiff chop. Man, nobody is holding back with these chops here tonight, are they, JC?
They certainly are not, and I'm glad it's them and not me.
I absolutely agree. I do not envy the position of one Steve Beck, as now John Strange with the snapmare out the corner, drives the forearm.
Zach, I need you to do one thing. I need you to set your eyeballs over there on Chad Epic. From the start of the match till now, look at him, his persona, his look. He is a desperate man. He needs to make sure that John Storm, or I'm sorry, the insane
John
Strange retains. Look at him. His hair is down. He looks disheveled. He's got more tricks up his sleeve. I guarantee it.
You took the words right out of my mouth, JC Fox.
And the referee's tying his shoe. Who ties their shoe in the middle of a championship match?
Well, Steve Beck was trying to go up and over. John Strange caught him, but it wouldn't be enough of a catch as Steve Beck able to turn it into a DDT. And this could be the opening that Steve Beck needs if he's looking to add this Openweight championship to his long resume of accolades.
Zach, did you see the desperation from Chad Epic? Chad Epic is the one who untied the referee's shoes. He will go to the lowest of lows to ensure that his guy stays on top.
I mean, it puts a smile on my face anytime Chad is not a happy camper, and he's certainly not going to be a happy camper after that spine buster from the challenger.
It's one thing to be a great manager, and it's one thing to assert yourself in a match, but to do this little Mickey Mouse, Bozo the Clown untying of a shoe, that is, come on, Epic, be better.
I mean, it's all about putting him and his clientele over. But Steve Beck trying to make sure that they don't go over him. He's going to try and overcome the disadvantage, the odds being stacked against him. Now has John Strange caught in the Hurricane Rana out the corner.
I'm going to tell you, I do not trust the movements and the mannerisms of the insane John Strange. He makes me a little uneasy. I don't feel comfortable out here, Zach.
For a 20-year vet, Steve Beck right now is moving like it's the early 90s as he ascends to that middle rope and drops the elbow. That's one sexy bow as he goes into the cover. Is this enough to become champion? No! That might have been 2.99. That's as close as it could have gotten.
I tell you, this Steve Beck, I don't think he quite has $1 million body, but he's probably got a $500,000 body. And I could certainly see him riding high with a title around his waist.
Well, Chad is relieved that the title is not around his waist just yet, as his man, John Strange, was able to stay alive, keep his championship reign alive, but it may not be for much longer. Steve Beck has him up in the fireman's gun, and look at this Chad Epic now, sticking his nose in business where it doesn't belong. Now has his hands all over Steve Beck. Gets out of the way, and look at this, a nice little schoolboy.
Cheat till you lose. Chad Epic, cheat till you lose.
I can't believe it! Openweight champion, JC!
Unbelievable, unbelievable.
Chad Epic is beside himself right now. John Strange is incensed. Steve Beck overcame the odds, backed the pin, and is our new World Wrestling Extreme Openweight champion.
And congratulations to Steve Beck. Very, very proud. Gonna make a great champion here. But Chad Epic, what were you thinking getting your body up in between these two athletes? Did you think at any level this was going to pay off good for your guy?
Well, it obviously backfired in the worst way possible. Chad Epic and John Strange now no longer in possession of the championship gold.
Well, and the worst part of it is Chad's going to come back down there and sit down, and we're going to have to listen to it.
I can only imagine what's going through his head right now as he's trying to just try to give him back his mask, console his guy there, and John Strange having none of it.
This relationship is taking a bit of a shift.
This partnership might be deteriorating right in front of our eyes.
But do you blame him? Do you blame John Strange?
I mean, he relied on Chad. Oh! He just put his hands on Chad Epic! I have been waiting for somebody to do this a long time, but Chad didn't even do anything for once.
I'm not going to lie, I'm a little happy to see it. I'm a little happy
and
to
John Strange gonna make chase. I've never seen Chad Epic move so fast.
He just put his tail between his legs and he ran for higher ground.
He is out of here. Both of these guys fighting out into the fort here. John Strange just chased Chad Epic out of the building. After losing his Openweight championship here tonight, he certainly just lost his manager as well, as it seems. We'll have more on this shocking situation as it develops. Make sure you're following on all of our social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Don't miss a show. Be back here when we continue to bring you the best action here at New World Wrestling Extreme.
Don't forget to follow NWWExtreme across all social media. Get the latest NWWE news, updates, live events, ticket information, and NWWExtreme merchandise. Share photos. Follow your favorite New World Wrestling Extreme superstars. Follow New World Wrestling Extreme on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and the new and improved NWWExtreme.com. Let's get extreme!
New World Wrestling Extreme Crossroads. Brought to you this evening by Core Financial Group, providing financial literacy. Visit their website, CoreFinancialGroup.com. Who's ready for some more action? As Crossroads continues right now with your next battle evenings at Roland Ball. And it is for the New World Wrestling Extreme Tag Team Championships. let's get set for the combatants first. The challengers, to my right, accompanied by their manager, the Eldritch Herald, Drake Lovecraft. The creator, Samuel Matthews. The right hand lights out Lee Miller. Welcome to the Enlightenment. They are the
Why am I collecting things?
And their opponents to my left, fighting out of Eastford Town, Massachusetts. At a total combined of 400 radishes, they are the current reigning and defending New World Wrestling Extreme Tag Team Champions, Bob and Jeb.
Folks, we are here for the second of 3 championship matches. The New World Wrestling Extreme Tag Team Championships are on the line for this first-time encounter. The Path versus the Juckets. The Hillbillies versus the Hills Have Eyes.
What a way to kick off the second half of our event here. New World Wrestling Extreme Crossroads. We still have 2 big championship matches, including this one for the Tag Team Championship. And look at this, the Pathway already putting their hands on the trophy. It's definitely some bad luck in the world of professional wrestling and sports in general.
I'm not going to lie. As a businessman, I am intrigued. I am absolutely intrigued to see what the Juckets bring to the table. Clearly, they have done a lot of things here to win over this crowd. I just need to see what they're going to do against some new opponents.
Well, there hasn't been a lot to see of the Pathway. Like you said, these are new challengers. This is their debut as a tag team here in New World Wrestling Extreme. And they're taking on quite the heavy favorite in the current tag team champions, Bub and Jeb, the Juckets.
But it's not their first time as a tag team, as they have been converting those up in the not-so-great White North in Maine.
Anytime they're converting, folks, that is a little suspect. Let's just get together, let's ring the bell, and let's just figure out who's going to retain or who's going to be our new champions.
Well, I mean, it's only one of one you really can pick.
Well, of course, the bell cannot sound until it's one man in, one man out. If we are getting to that situation here, our referee Bob doing a great job making sure that nobody has any illegal foreign objects. And now Bub Jucket is checking our referee, making sure maybe he doesn't have any illegal foreign objects.
Is this TSC or is this a wrestling match?
Yes.
Well, I mean, look at this Lovecraft character at ringside. The bell has sounded. Like I was saying, this Lovecraft character, I'm getting some shady vibes off of him, so I would make sure that these guys don't have anything on them. As Bob Jucket here grabs the waistlock from behind to start things off, and
I'm pretty sure that wasn't a waistlock. That was just a dance.
I would have to agree with Epic here. That was the furthest thing from a waistlock.
He was rubbing his Juckets against him.
So Sam Matthews is going to be the one who received that little hip swivel. He's going to start things off against Bub Jucket. Here for the Tag Team Championships of NWWE.
See, I'm sitting in Matthews' sermons, I guess you would call them. And I could see how the allure would work for a lesser mind. As soon as he started talking about me paying him, I was out of there, obviously.
Clearly, according to Chadwick, Lee Miller might be one of those lesser minds, but he would love to get back to some winning ways here in NWWE Extreme. Definitely took to the liking of what Sam Matthews had to preach based on his recent track record here in NWWE, but the Juckets don't care. They're just having a rootin' tootin' good time.
You know, and lights out Lee Miller. He's been up and down the road for quite a long time. Did he really need to listen to the words of somebody we don't really know a whole lot about? Could Lee Miller have just done it on his own accord? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where this goes.
A lost soul wanders until it finds the light, and that light for Lee Miller just happened to be Sir Matthews up there.
Well, Bob Jucket's definitely going to be seeing lights as he gets his head rammed into the top turnbuckle by Sam Matthews, who drives the elbow once again into the side of the head.
Well, these people are strongly behind the Juckets. I mean, their brain cells and teeth probably are at the same level, less than 10, is my guess.
I mean, regardless of that, they have been able to thwart any challenge that has been placed in front of them since they captured those tag team championships. And now we see Jeb come in off the tag.
Well, they are greasier than a pig in friggin' mud.
Nice body slam there by Bub.
But that's their allure. That's what they like. These guys are big, smelly.
And look at that. Bub going to use his own partner as a weapon, body slamming Jeb, and now into the cover to retain their titles. Sam Matthews keeping the Pathways chances alive.
I've heard of a keg toss, but that's a junket toss.
I mean, that pretty much, he's the size of a keg. He's about the same height and same width.
As now Bub back in off the tag.
Might look stupid, but as my sergeant used to tell me way back when, if it's stupid and works, it ain't stupid.
Well, this clearly isn't stupid.
DTH!
And now Baker gonna follow that up. Nice running senton.
I mean, I think he bakes bread, but I'm not really sure. He gets kind of like the whole bread factory in his midsection.
Well, he's definitely holding on to a bakery and sent it all crashing into Sam Matthews in the corner. A second time now, but will the third be the charm?
He said no.
He did not like that at all, but clearly it was effective. And now Bub Jucket into the cover. But can only get a 2 count, not enough to retain the championship.
See, if you're going to put anyone against the Pathway, I believe the Juckets are the perfect opponent, because no matter what Matthews says, they can't understand it. They are so stupid, they have no idea the big words he's using.
But the one thing they do understand is tag team wrestling. And look at this ingenuity from the Junkets. Has his partner in the wheelbarrow, slams him down into the cover, but still not going to keep the titles.
Well, one thing I will say that when the Junkets are out here at ringside, the smell of bacon just overtakes. I'm kind of getting a little snacky now, Zach.
I mean, I'm sure that the Junkets have the munchies themselves. They're going to love to get a snack if they can retain the tag team championship.
I mean, on that family crest, it says if you can't keep it in the pants, keep it in the family, which I don't understand myself. It seems a little weird, and why you would put that on the family crest is even weirder, but these guys are out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, Lee Miller going to try his luck.
Well,
but look at that. Just that overwhelming size of Lee Miller. Standing firm in the middle of the ring, not letting Jeb take him down. Wants Jeb to really hit him this time. Went in there head first.
It's like two giant hay barrels smacking into each other.
And one hay barrel just hit the deck.
Once again now, into the cover.
Nonchalant, doesn't even hook the leg.
Maybe they're comfortable, Epic. Maybe they're comfortable champions. Maybe they don't have that edge. Maybe they've lost that edge if they ever had one.
I don't think they ever had the edge, but they're one of those few teams that it doesn't work.
Wait. Look at this on the outside.
What? It's a guy wearing a half a pro mask.
But Drake Lovecraft using that cane to trip up Jeb Junket, and it allowed for the sneak attack double team.
You're seeing things. I didn't see that.
I mean, shades of you. Of course you wouldn't see it.
Cheat to win, cheat till you lose. Seems like a theme tonight. What do you think, Epic?
I don't know what you're talking about.
We've already seen one new champion tonight.
I will slap you upside your head.
Of course, Steve Beck capturing the Openweight championship, and the Pathway would love nothing more than to capture the tag team championship if they could keep Jeb Junket at bay. And now our official keeping Bob in the corner, and look at this behind the referee's back.
And this is where the Junkets, they just don't put those few brain cells to good use. That would have been the opportune time to just get out of the ring so your brother or your cousin or your whatever isn't getting the boots laid to him on the other side of the ring.
I believe they're brother cousins.
Well, the brains of Sam Matthews here is clearly paying off as the Pathway in firm control over the Junkets. And once again, Lovecraft making his presence felt.
Referee Bob has got to get some order in this match.
Zebras can't see only what's in front of them. They're blinders. There's a reason I don't like them. They screw things up.
Now the Pathway, double team, throwing Jeb hard way into the corner and keeping them on his side of the ring here, making sure that he cannot get to his brother cousin, as Mr. Epic like to call him, Bub Jucket.
How about Brezin?
That might work too.
Look at this. Side headlock here applied by Sam Matthews. Jeb trying to do all he can to fight his way up. Back to his feet. Driving the elbows. Into the gut here. Goes off the rope, but eats a back elbow for his troubles. Now Sam Matthews into the cover. But look at that. Bob with the sides just able to not even have to get into the ring to break that up. Sam, though, into the cover again and can only get a 2. That momentary hesitation might have just cost him the tag team championships.
Way too close to your opponent's corner. You want to get as far away as possible. Cut that ring in half and keep your opponent on your side of the ring.
Yeah, but also, Epic, these half-hearted, nonchalant covers, that is not how you're going to win a title.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong there.
That was an excellent call, JC Fox. Astute observation, though, as Sam Matthews going to drop him low with an DDT.
Again, way too close.
Did take the note of hooking the leg, though, that time, but like you said, Mr. Epic, too close to the Juckets corner. Not great ring awareness here by the Pathway.
See, I met Sam Matthews in the back. I had a little talk with him. He did offer me some Kool-Aid. I said, no, not my flavor. It was bubbling and it didn't smell right, so someone else took it, though. Haven't seen him all night. I think it was Clipper Jones.
I mean, I hope nobody would be sipping the voodoo juice that these guys are dishing out.
Well, that's Mountain Dew.
The Pathway, though, dishing out punishment here as Sam Matthews continues the assault on Jeb Junkett. Now cutting the ring in half yet again.
I believe it's called Jucket. Jucket.
Is that the more sophisticated way, Epic, of saying this?
No, I think that's actually their names. They didn't know how to spell it, so that's what they put on the paper.
They're just adding letters.
I mean, they definitely live that junkie lifestyle. If there's anything to go by, probably
I don't know that it's junkie. I believe it's more Twinkie, Zach. I think you meant to say Twinkie.
Well, whatever it is, it's clearly working to the Pathway's advantage.
Wow!
And there's the group hug.
One,
kind of finishing
two,
maneuver.
3.
Was that 3? But referee Bob's only holding up 2. I thought for sure that the Pathway might have had it off the group hug, but it's just not to be yet.
This Junket just got lucky.
Folks, it's off the rails. Everything's going. We're talking about twinks and junkies and juckets and 3 counts that are 2 counts.
That's what it means to be the new World Wrestling Extreme Tag Team Championships, going to the lengths that you must in order to achieve victory. Now looking for the double clothesline was the Pathway. But look at Jeb with the double drop kick, 2-for-1 special.
That's a Van Dam drop kick. He split his legs farther than I think I've ever seen him.
New World Wrestling Extreme fans, head over to all of our social media platforms. Follow us, like us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Help us get to 1,000 likes. Be sure to scan that QR code at the bottom of your screen.
Right here, right there.
They're everywhere.
All right.
And now Jeb Junkett, though, he's made it to his corner.
He's made the
and here comes Bob. A big bubbling elbow.
bounce.
Just bouncing Lee Miller up and down and all around.
He's dropping those bones. Oh, wow. Poke to the eye. It's not illegal. It's frowned upon. There's a difference.
Once again, it looks like maybe trying to set up for that group hug. But Bob,
there's action in the ring. Turn around.
A little do-si-do, and Sam Matthews just speared his own partner.
That sucks.
I'm pretty sure it's all broken loose. Back stabber.
Sending Sam Matthews out to the floor, much to the disdain of Mr. Lovecraft.
And Lee is left all by himself.
This is not looking good for Lights Out.
Not at all.
I mean, it might be lights out for lights out.
The junk attack. 2, 3.
That right there is a travesty. They had that match won. 1, 2, 3.
But they're not finishers.
If Lovecraft had any sense in his head, he would go to the board. And get that either reversed or get a rematch for his team.
I mean, they were definitely trying to spook their way to a victory, but in the end, it's a hoot and holler and good time for the Juckets as they retain the NWWE Tag Team Championship over the Pathway here at Crossroads.
I would have said fuck it and rung the bell. He didn't kick out. His own fault. Your job to kick out, not them to stop.
Amen to that.
I don't want them looking like trash.
The Juckets win here at Crossroads. What a moment here in Rhode Island. A quick shout out to our commentary trio, Zachary, Levi, the self-made billionaire, the shark chasing fox, and of course, Mr. Chad Epics. Man, yeah, I think we find folks with one final question. Who's got time for one more match? Oh, that's pretty good, Central Falls, but that's it. Who's got time for one more match? Oh, yeah, now that's the sound I've been looking for. And away we go live from the Knights of Columbus. Central Falls, Rhode Island, hold on to your seats. As brought to you tonight by Gora Financial Group, providing financial literacy. This is your New World Wrestling Extreme Crossroads main event. It will be set for one fall, and it is for the NWWExtreme Championship. And with the bell stands the man in command, senior official, Mr. Dan Tanaka. Approaching the ring first, the challenger, coming to us from the Bronx, New York, weighing 169 pounds, non-stop, Nutrious. Out of New Haven, Connecticut, by way of Sabana Grande, Puerto Rico, holding up the shoulder, 83.5 to is your clearance, winning New World Wrestling Extreme Champion.
I didn't realize this was a daycare. How did this become? I thought this was a main event. He gets to flip everyone off. That's horrible.
Oh, what the hell?
Well, that's what you get for not paying attention. This is a main event, not a daycare.
We're preparing for our heavyweight championship main event between Nutrious X at the champion Sunset Steve Garcia, but Nutrious X wasting no time in bringing the fight to the current champion.
You know, it's one of those things. Nutrious X is just trying to get an upper hand. Clearly he did. To Chad Epic's point, Sunset was caught sleeping, playing with the kids, hanging out. This is a championship match. This is not a daycare, to Epic's point.
Using the guardrail very well is Nutrious X. And look at this, the Van Dam style leg drop off the apron. Nutrious X just throwing caution to the wind. And we haven't even had the official bell to signify the beginning of this championship contest. And now look at this. Oh, dropping him back first.
Right on the apron. This match hasn't even started, and our champion is looking worse for wear.
Yeah, that part of the ring is relentless. And if you've ever taken a bump in that area, you know that is not the place where you want to take it.
And now looking to do even more damage out on that apron. Maybe looking to try to end his career here. Pile driver attempt. Blocked though. Second one also blocked by the champion. Nice security counter, sending Nutrious X down to the floor.
And they are paying no mind to referee Dan Tanaka. Says, oh, he's not even there.
Diving out to the outside. We still haven't had both men in the ring. Dan Tanaka obviously not able to call for the bell. Has no control over this whatsoever.
Zebras don't have control over anything. The best thing to do is just ignore them at all times.
Sunset Steve Garcia enjoying a very plentiful over 240-day reign as champion. And now the bell has officially sounded as Steve Garcia drop kick to the shin. Another one to the side of the temple. Just throwing caution. Fast and furious with a leg drop. Off the ropes again. Rolls through and turns it into a spinning senton.
He didn't get all of it, but he surely got enough of it.
Enough to have Nutrious X reeling. Now rolls him over into the cover to retain his title.
X was trying to get the hell out of Dodge after starting early.
I tell you, here in New World Wrestling Extreme tonight, the final match of the night, title is on the line, and it is non-stop action thus far.
Well, had that scouted drop kick right to the breadbasket of your champion, into the post, hard. Oof. I'm not sure if the ring moved or his shoulder broke. Hopefully both.
Nutrious X on the move here in this championship. Black dropping him face first. And now into the cover. Beautiful float over. Hooks the leg. But only a 2.
Now, see, there's a cover. That's the type of cover we needed to see all night in all of these big bouts. That is somebody who wants to win.
Nutrious X obviously wants to win. Just choking at the throat of Steve Garcia, doing whatever he has to ensure that the gold leaves with him. Crowd here firmly behind their champion, though. Like I said, over 240 days he has reigned as champion. But Nutrious X using the full extent of the 5 count here.
The third longest reigning champion in New World Wrestling Extreme history.
Quite the milestone, and I know he would love nothing more than to reach the very top of those rankings.
Now he'll have about three more years to catch up to Marquis Wright.
Well, he's taken that belt to 4 different states throughout his championship reign, defended it in numerous promotions. Nutrious X tried to go for the cover, but a flying forearm smash by Sunset Steve Garcia. But Nutrious is able to duck the line, and look at this. X-Plex into a face plant, into the cover to become the new champion. But still only a 2 count.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot more than that to keep the champ down for a 3 count.
Well, everything he's done hasn't worked. And it's rubbing his elbow right over his eyes.
And this is very personal for Nutrious as he goes into the cover again. This is actually the 5th time these two men have ever competed against each other in their careers. And the last time they faced off, Sunset Steve Garcia was the one who picked up the victory. So what it would mean for Nutrious X to not only get that redemption victory, but capture the New World Wrestling Extreme Championship all at the same time. It would do wonders for his career.
Well, this is the best of their 5 series. They're tied 2-2. So whoever wins this is basically their rubber match right now.
Absolutely, and clearly Sunset Steve Garcia has the crowd behind him. He has to feel that energy, and he's got to come up big in big moments to ensure that he can retain.
But Nutrious X proving why he is non-stop. That mentality, that aggression, that never say die attitude that's just going to keep him going. Sunset Steve Garcia, though, not saying die himself, not going down without a fight. Trading blows here, throwing feet, and a beautiful clothesline.
Pulling just about every type of strike out of the playbook. This is heating up real quick. Garcia's getting the crowd behind him. He's hearing them. He's feeling their energy.
I mean, to see all of what Sunset Steve Garcia has overcome, not only in his career, but in his life in general, now has Nutrious X staring him down. Another challenge he's going to have to overcome, but it's not looking great after that line sending him down out the corner.
And just a reminder, New World Wrestling Extreme fans, head over to all of our social media platforms. 2. Get back on those social media platforms. Like us, get us to 1,000 likes. Hit that QR code at the bottom of the screen.
Fans not at all enjoying the performance that they are seeing from Nutrious X.
They really like Sunset, but here in Rhode Island, you never really say they actually had taste.
Well, Sunset trying to set the sun on Nutrious X's championship dreams with a back elbow and a boot. Now ascends to the middle rope and drives in with a flying lariat. Both men down at the center of the ring.
Right now, as usual, it is champion's advantage. If you are counted out, DQ'd, the champion, even win or lose through those methods, actually still retains, of course.
That he does, Mr. Epic. Of course, Nutrious X has to pin or submit Steve Garcia if he wants to leave here with the championship. But like we've said, Steve Garcia has thwarted every challenge thrown in his way and wants to make sure Nutrious X is no different as he comes off the rope with another line. A second.
I mean, if Sunset was smart, he'd just smack the referee, go home.
Yeah, Epic, those are tactics out of your camp. However, I think this guy wants to do it with integrity and respect for the sport.
Look at that! Snapdragon suplex out the corner. Steve Garcia looking to do it the right way with that shining wizard into the cover to retain the championship. That's 2, but it's not 3 yet.
Both these competitors showing extreme intestinal fortitude. They're just grinding this thing out, putting on a great show for everybody here in Rhode Island.
Central Falls is getting a treat with this main event, just as they have all night long here at NWWE Crossroads. From Central Falls, Rhode Island at the Knights of Columbus, the fans are clapping, they're energized. Steve Garcia, he's fired up.
Well, he's fired up. He needs to get back on his opponent.
Maybe looking for one big kill shot. The Nutrious X able to fight out of the fireman's carry. Grabs him by the waist. Great block there by Sunset Steve Garcia, but gets caught into that exploder suplex.
This is your time. Get on him, Notorious. Get on him.
Has him hooked, maybe looking for that pile driver he tried to implement earlier, but Steve Garcia has him back, and look at that! And Ushi Goroshi right down on the spine. Now Steve Garcia. It's still not over, though.
Here in America, we just call that a fireman's carry into a neck breaker over the knee.
I mean, that sounds like a lot more words than necessary, but
they're American words, sir.
Have you seen Zach's last name? He has more vowels than Vanna White has turned in her entire career.
I don't actually know who that is.
You don't know who Vanna White is?
No, I don't know who Zach is.
Oh.
That's on him, not me.
Yeah, that's a problem.
He's not memorable.
That's a problem.
Well, right now, this is definitely a memorable main event right now between these two fierce competitors as Nutrious X Factor drops Steven Garcia and now has
wait
a hook
a minute.
and gets the pile driver right down on the temple, applying all that pressure to the net. Could have just completely folded Steve Garcia now into the cover. Will it be enough to become the new champion? No!
Zach, the Zach of all trades, in order for him to pull out a move like that, has been banned and basically admonished from most promotions across the country to pull it out. You know he wants this title.
And you saw the impact that he applied with that pile driver. The jump to apply all that extra impact. And now, look at this. Nutrious X putting Steven Garcia up top. They got to get down from there, though. It is very dangerous. Steven Garcia going to send him crashing down. And now he's going to ascend to the top with a Swanton Bomb. Will that be it here? It is!
Wow, what a championship match.
The tie has been broken. Takes nothing away from Nutrious X.
I want to take everything away from him. He lost. He didn't win. He's not a champion. He is a loser.
He has in fact lost, if not your winner, and still NWWE Extreme Heavyweight Champion Steve Garcia, and he's going to invite the kids in to celebrate this monumental victory as his reign continues.
Waiting to happen. And as always, folks, make sure to go to the Twitter, the Twitter, the FaceSpace, the MyBooks. Check out New World Wrestling Extreme. Click like, click share. Make sure to share with all your friends if you want all your information on New World Wrestling Extreme. And of course, for Zach, for the self-made billionaire, I am Mr. Epic. And we'll see you next time here at New World Wrestling Extreme.
Happy wrestling, folks.
Money, money, money.
Bitch.